Vesmir moves around his head around the corner and noticing the situation with human explorer B, casts mold earth again and buries him
Holy fuck.
5 foot earth above him. So yeah, like that 5 foot space fills with dirt.
You hear a muffled scream as the opening of the indentation into this stone floor that has stood for eons is sealed up. The last little bit as it closes up just cuts off his scream, and you just hear the faintest muffle and pounding as he beats his fist into the rock face.
Tuxedo Ken! That's Tuxedo Ken.
Return to the adventuring party deep within the mountain pass. Having left the desert far below, climbed into the peaks of the mountains and found the path that character names escape me. Ares
Yep.
has given you. Having navigated through here to this point, you run across a rather ornery hermit in a cave. Explored some sounds and found a few individuals mining some crystals, giving them a wide berth and continuing forward. As you started to climb up out of the other side of the valley, you were brutally attacked by a pair of saber-toothed tigers. The party fighting their way through that threat and then giving chase, throwing caution to the wind, diving into their cave and lair, and cornering the beast and slaying it, only to trigger a encounter with a couple Gricks. Party dispatching those, leaving, feeling rather full of themselves, explored a nearby cave that was emanating a little bit of a red glow. Not wanting to tread too close and investigate, the wizard among you cast Shapestone or Meldstone and poured out fire serpent snakes that the party had to deal with. After dispatching those and exploring their habitat, you were able to come across a handful of uncut rubies the party has now collected. Exiting the cave, you've seen that night is beginning to fall. The sun has set below the peaks of the mountain, casting long shadows and darkness across the valley. And that is where we begin tonight's adventure.
Now, quick question. Since we're facing these ruins, does anything look familiar? Anything I've read about this before?
Roll me a history check.
History. Okay. History. That's going to be, 19.
19. Oh, finally. It's game log is working correctly in all the menus.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
Glad I could test that.
Although you don't know much about these particular ruins, you do know that over the last millennia or so, there's been rise and falls of many dwarven civilizations as they've moved place to place, been mining out different raw materials, and just the upheaval of worldwide events have driven them from their homes. These look to be quite old and quite ancient, although you can't place them into a particular tribe or clan. The ruins do still look to be withholding the test of time and look quite sturdy in their construction.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If I can find my damn notepad.
I don't know about you guys, but gosh, I'm really feeling getting on in years. I'm going to take a seat on these rocks here real quick until the caravan catches up. Take a little bit of a short rest while they're getting up this hill.
Well, it's getting late. We might actually camp up here if we decide find someplace safe inside.
Yes, that is very much a good idea. I just we should be escorting the caravan, should we not?
I'm saying camp with the caravan when they get up here. Find someplace inside for all of us, you know?
Yes, yes, of course.
That's not a terrible idea. Not bad at all. I mean, we know we've cleared the caverns nearby, and I think this will be an advantageous position. We'll have how do you say the high ground? Yes.
Yeah, well, we gotta be careful to watch, too, because all these prospectors are gonna look for us as a target.
You think these men in the caves will come for us?
They're gonna see a caravan with who knows what's loaded in it, so yeah, there's a lot of greedy people out there who's gonna want to take interest, so we gotta be careful and watch carefully.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Not wrong at all.
So Zam, leading the train of donkeys and travelers, has
Donkey.
climbed to your level. Looks rather winded and tired from the climb. Yeah, he's catching his breath as he approaches. You made quick work of those, beast. I'm impressed.
Well, yes, we are not here to fornicate with arachnids, so we get the job done, yes?
Indeed you did. As he looks around at the blood-soaked stones and looks over the edge of the cliff down at the corpse of the saber-tooth lying on the valley floor. So, where to now?
Well, we should be resting up very soon. It's with the night falling, but we should maybe camp just inside the ruins to be out of sight if possible.
Well, the theory is these ruins will take us through the mountains, so if we can get inside, get shelter, a safe place, you know, we can camp for the night and keep watch before we see how far these ruins go.
Yes, yes, I agree.
And it looks over at you as a party and kind of takes you in, seeing the claw marks on Vinny and the bite marks on other party members. I don't remember who actually got bit.
I had the logs.
Oh, this is true. But he agrees that rest would probably be in order. As he looks back at the other travelers and the pack mules, and agrees that they could probably use a little bit of a rest too. It's not been an easy climb.
So how about we get up to this entrance and one or two of us scout out for a good sizable place inside that's safe and defensible. As an idea, I'm not like trying to take charge of nothing.
The
Vinny's
goblin.
the leader.
Well, this seems new. When I see the end of this cavern, Calvax,
You don't from your vantage point. You don't see any kind of side caves that are obvious through here. It does look to be a well constructed pathway, but there doesn't look to be any caves that split off of this. And you can see, to the other end where it looks that the ruins begin to end.
yeah, it does seem like there right now would be any rooms. It seems like to be just a road. Maybe we should just we get kind of we can just camp here on the road, and there seems to be shelter, and it'll be good for us, I think.
Yeah, we'll need a watch on both sides, one for the pass and one for the deeper cave. All right,
While we set up camp, were you able to take a short rest?
well, if we set up camp, we're camping for the night, so it's a long rest.
Yes, but we still have some time to kill first before we sleep, do we not?
I don't know. What time is it?
It's getting into evening hours. It's probably a little bit earlier than the normal evening, but with the mountains blocking the rays of the sun, having dipped down, it is casting long shadows and kind of darkness across the valley. You would say that it's definitely mid to early evening. Azam looks behind him and whistles for the pack and travelers to begin moving up into the passageway here.
So what you think, Azam? Camp up here or camp a little bit further inside?
It seems as good a place as any.
It'll take a while for the camp to get up here and get settled in, so that gives us time to scout ahead if we want, guys.
Yes, that idea sounds optimal, but I am not, how do you say, a good scout.
Actually, you could be a lookout out here if you want. Make sure nothing attacks from behind while everyone's setting up. And maybe one or two can go in and check it out.
For sure.
So if you want to, Karl, you and I could scout, or does anyone else want to take lead into the caverns, or what?
By the way, Mindlink, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy.
Cal, you there?
Yes.
Ah. You want to scout ahead with me, or you want to do it by yourself, or what's
A
up?
voice whispers from a shadow unseen.
I've got this.
Ah, that's no fun. Go find out stuff. I'll wait here.
With your just innate, amazing abilities,
Sorry.
you
Sorry.
you do notice that you still hear faint hammering, although it is slowed and not as numerous, coming from the east end of the valley. You don't hear any hammering coming from the west end of the valley.
And I'm sorry I keep talking. I know everyone has to have fun too. I just want to add real quick that Vinny's just going to keep an eye. This valley seems rich in those crystals, and everyone's mining them. So Vinny's going to keep an eye on anything that kind of has fallen out of someone's bag along the way. Maybe a piece of crystal here or there.
Sure. Roll me a perception.
9.
Fortunately, don't find anything of value. Maybe a couple bent pitons or something of that nature, but nothing salvageable or worthwhile.
Karl would like to sweep the canyon here, just looking over the edge, looking for anything out of the ordinary, typical scouty things.
Roll me a perception.
What's a piton?
The spike that you had put in to attach ropes and climbing gear.
23. Just a heads up, if I disappear, it's storming pretty hard here right now.
Yeah, went through that myself. Was that a different roll or?
That was me trying to delete the dice, and it fell, and I let go of it, so it rolled it a second time.
All right.
Yeah.
So you don't see anything obvious. Do you have dark vision?
I do. I actually have 90 foot of dark vision, which is absurd.
It is absurd.
Great.
So for a brief moment, in between two bushes, you think you see movement. But unfortunately, at this distance, you're not able to make out more than that.
Good to know. Well, Karl will continue his scouting mission towards the end of the cavern.
Okay. Azam and the others have begun to set out their camp, laying out tents and beginning 2 fires, a cooking fire, and then just one for people to kind of warm themselves. There is a chill in the air as it kind of blows across the high altitude. It kind of cuts through your clothing, and after spending so much time crossing the desert, just the change in climate is rather shocking. From the scorching temperatures of the desert below. But the party is, for the most part, setting up camp, cooking, talking amongst themselves. There is a level of exhaustion that's just across everybody's faces from the climb to the peak and then setting out across the valley here and climbing back up this side, mustering the pack, mules and beast of burden, just kind of the pace that you guys have been setting. They're doing their best to keep up, but it is taking its toll on them. So, for the most part, discussion is rather muted around the fires, and witnessing the saber-toothed tigers come down and make quick work of you has definitely put everyone a little bit on edge. Not to mention the consistent kind of clanging of hammers here and there from the eastern end of the valley. Whispers and rumors of what it could be, going from lip to ear of the party as they kind of huddle around the fires and get nourishment.
While
You
this
said
is
a
all
few of
been,
you. Sorry.
I was going to say, while this has all been going on, has Tyee and myself had a chance to have a short rest?
If you're kind of just taking a moment to sit down and take a short rest, then yes, I believe it was 30 minutes is required for a short rest?
An hour.
An hour. Okay, well, we're coming up close to that, so if you guys have just been sitting around the campfire warming yourselves, listening to the discussion and so forth, then absolutely you've been able to acquire a short rest. Those who have been scouting, looking around the ground, so forth, would not have that available to them.
I see you good people that are pricking up your ears with the pounding of the hammers. You should know that there are fellows down below in the caves. They are mining what appears to be a quartz crystal. They appear to be a fairly common folk. I don't think you have much to worry about.
But keep your eyes open just in case. Because there are other adventurers with us, so.
Has anybody seen our good friend Kalbren? Has he come back from his scouting yet?
Karl? You down there?
Yes. Give me a minute.
Yeah, Karl's still there. I ain't seen him much, but I heard him.
Be quiet.
Oh, I ain't seen him much, but I heard him.
Oh yes, I'm sure he heard you too, Vinny.
Hehehehe.
I also like to look down the path here real quick. If I I'd like to make a perception further down, because now I'm at the edge of the ruins.
Roll me another perception.
21.
Sorry, did anybody talk to me? I was checking on things. It almost sounds like a fucking tornado's nearby.
The sky
good,
got green here.
Green.
It's raining sideways.
Yeah, dude, it was intense here. So, again, for a flash of a second, you think you see movement, but it's gone as quickly as it presented itself, and you leave yourself wondering, is the exhaustion and the day's journey playing tricks on your eyes, or is something actually there?
Is this like down in the canyon or on the path or both?
It's down in the canyon amongst the bushes.
All right, yeah, we'll head back to the fire now. I don't quite know what just happened. Can you see my token? Actually, I can double click on my token. I don't know how it got me down there, but okay.
If you shift click your character, you can teleport them around.
Advanced scouting.
Callie, when we're about halfway down into the valley, what time of day was it, roughly, give or take? Do you remember?
Downsides of doing these improv sessions like this is that I do not remember. I would say it was when you were making your way down to the bottom of the cave. I would probably say that, or down to the bottom of the valley. I would probably say we were approaching maybe 1, 2 in the afternoon.
Cool, thank you.
Particular reason you're asking for mechanic wise, or?
Yes, mechanically, I have mage armor that I cast around 1, 2 o'clock, so that lasts 8 hours.
Yeah, it's definitely on the tail end of that. With your rest here, I'd probably say it is fading at this point.
Cool, good to know, thank you.
All right, I walk back to the camp, look at everybody, and keep your eyes peeled. I think there's something out there, but I'm not sure. Down in the canyon. Sorry, what's that?
Oh yeah, well yes, well it's the wilderness.
Maybe. It may be something more.
Well, we should all take turns to take a watch, don't you agree?
Yeah, that's what we're getting paid for.
We should probably double up the watch if we can. I can take
Most
first.
of the party at this point is, had their full of food and water rations, and have begun to kind of turn in. Fire's growing a little bit low as the embers kind of giving a red glow to the little dwarven passageway that you decided to take shelter in.
I'll take first watch.
And I'll nod to Tyee and say, "You strike me as somebody that watches things. We should not be on the same watch."
I just can you just give it from scouting. I'll take this watch. I'm nice and warm, belly full, and I'll take it with Vinny.
That sounds fine. I'll go meditate.
The honorable Vincent.
The Talgar and myself shall take the second watch, and then Kalbren, I think third watch for you would be most efficient.
Oh, I thought I was taking first watch.
Yes, you are taking the first watch with Tyee, and then Talgar and myself, we do the second, and then Kalbren, she does the third.
Oh, Karl. I thought you said Goblin. It's like, I'm the Goblin.
Well, no,
There's only
but,
room in this party for one.
Arr.
And that works for me.
now that it's sorted, we should all get some rest, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good.
God, what have I done with my...
So, Tyee.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Tyee there. Good to meet you. I'm Vinny, but you already knew that. I wanted to ask you: is the archer a god?
The Arch constellation. So if you look into the sky, you can see, of course, the stars, right, and the moons and the sun occasionally. They are arrayed in such a way where there are defined shapes, right? So the Archer is one of the defined constellations with which you can guide your travels, and we this circle of stars, my home, the Abbey, we have learned how to kind of draw power from the stars themselves.
How? It's way up
you know-
there, and you're way down here.
You're right, but the distance doesn't seem to matter too much.
What knowledge do I have of space objects?
As a goblin and
Well,
bard?
I have read up a lot of books in the cloister in my backstory.
All right. You know what? God, I don't even know what this would be. This would probably be closer to an arcane check.
Oh.
So I'd say roll me an arcana check.
Woo.
See how much you
21.
can and what exactly are you looking for information-wise?
Well, basically about stars and constellations and their potential ability to give us power.
You know that from your songs and folklore, as well as any books that you've read, there's a wide variety of theories on it. But you do know that most cultures tie certain constellations being visible to different boons or omens of the year. Some people plant crops around what constellations are available. There's quite a few different sects that worship different deities. Rumors have it that some of the gods ascended and are continuously looking down and having a sharing the space in the heavens. So they're kind of masked in mysteries. As far as translating them to giant balls of gas and so forth, you would have no knowledge of that.
Gotcha. Well, Vinny will just look up to the sky and wave and go, "Hi, Acha. Watch over us, okay?"
Well,
And
there's
then,
very good intentions. I'm not entirely sure it works like that, but it's very good. I think you got the spirit, though.
yeah, I'll keep an eye out, and I'll resume my watch.
Okay. So most of the at this point, the pack mules have kind of settled in. They're standing and sleeping, and a few of them have laid down. The snores emanating from some of the tents and bedrolls. Others just kind of makeshift laying there with their pack as a pillow. First watch is uneventful. As you turn in and change the watch, who's on second watch?
Vesmir and
me.
Talgar.
Both of you give me a perception check.
Also, because Karl is elven, he would probably be awake, I guess, but maybe not necessarily on watch. So if passive perception comes into play.
Well, you'll be meditating, so I don't know how much perceptive you'll be.
I only need 4 hours. How long is the first watch?
3-ish hours, I would say, probably.
Okay, so we'll consider me still meditating.
Vesmir rolled 6.
Hold
Talgar?
on. Something's wrong with my character sheet. It says I'm in read-only mode.
Ooh.
I had that problem too. Go to collections at the top and then go to my characters and then select your character. I don't know what happened, but mine had the same problem.
I think they pushed a major update with the app update that went out.
And it logged me out.
I had to
originally.
log into everything, and then Google was like, "You're trying to steal shit. Verify this from an old email address." And I'm like, "Fuck, all right. Let me go reset that password."
Okay, here we go. It's gonna be a 16. Sorry if I'm seeming distracted. I'm trying to keep an eye on the weather too, because it's fucking scary out here.
That's all right. I
You're
just
fine, dude.
don't want you
100%.
to feel like we're all stealing the game from you. You know, it's
Oh,
your
no,
game
no.
too.
So, second watch progresses with no interruptions. There's a peacefulness in the valley. Even the hammering to the east, even that has died down considerably. Every once in a while, you'll hear a tink, tink of hammer on stone, but it sounds to be a single hammer and infrequent at best. Just the cold mountainous air kind of whipping around, finding a channel down this dwarven pathway of old. But second watch concludes with no issues. Third watch.
This is, of course, where I roll a nat 1. You know that, right?
Of course.
Edition.
Hold on, let me fire off my macro.
Sphere.exe.
I rolled a 15 for perception.
Okay. And Tyee, is Tyee's watch on the third?
I think, yeah, just me, I think.
Just you. Okay. So that was a 15.
It's a 15.
So somewhere towards the latter part of your watch, you hear fairly close to the east something scrape on stone and the jingle of metal. Some of the pack mules seem a little uneasy.
All right, well, we will try as stealthily as possible to creep that direction to see if we can see what's going on.
Okay. As you leave the protected confines of the dwarven pathway here, a little ways down from you, near where the saber-tooth attack began, you see 4 shadowy figures creeping rock to rock, trying to be very stealthy as they move this direction.
Are they coming this direction?
They are.
I'm going to fire an arrow right in front of them.
Okay. Just like right in front of where one of them's where you saw one like kind of duck into the shadows.
Yeah, warning shot more or less. Not going to say anything, just going to fire the arrow.
All right. Give me just a moment.
Oh, and so I would have long rested by now, that right? Because Elven shenanigans.
Only 6 hours have passed.
Yeah, but he
I only
meditates
need
for
4.
4, and he's got a long rest.
Been meditating for 4, then you have completed your long rest as an elf.
Elven shenanigans.
Or dear bastard.
That is a dwarf.
I just got offended. I don't even. I'm the DM in a different game, and I got offended. I'm just tired of your anti-dwarf rhetoric. All right. So as you fire the arrow at him, you hear one of them says, "We've been discovered. Grab him!" And I need you to roll initiative.
All right.
As I'm quickly putting
Everybody
tags
or
on
just
it.
the awake members?
Just him.
A 10.
Gotcha.
So the reason I fired the arrow too is because I should not be visible in the darkness. But obviously they would know that somebody spotted them.
Somebody just shot an arrow. They know they've been discovered.
Oh yeah. Would their yells? Did they say that loudly enough to wait to notify anybody, or I'm going to have to try to do that myself?
Would- Cool question. Would that warning shot be an intimidation roll potentially?
Interesting.
You know what? No, things are in motion.
Maybe
That's
next
fine.
time.
They've come here to do business. An arrow's been shot, and they've made their intentions clear as the shadowy figures begin to lunge forward. And so you rolled a 10.
I rolled a 10. Yes.
All right. Vanguard. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? He doesn't necessarily see you, so he needs to make a perception roll. And what was your stealth roll? 16?
I actually haven't rolled a stealth yet. Let me do that. $12.
He's able to ascertain what direction the arrow came from, and as he closes the distance towards that, he can see your shadowy figure begin to emerge as he closes the ranks and closes in on you. Just gonna measure here. These guys begin rushing forward. You see a long sword emerge from the darkness as it swings towards you. And why can't I roll? Oh, because I haven't started it officially. First one swings into you with a 20.
Hits.
It does 10 points of slashing damage. The second one rears up and swings his sword as well. He only gets an 11.
Miss.
That one misses. You see the other two shadowy figures closing in on you, and it is your turn.
All right.
What shall you do? Somebody throw on some battle music.
Oh yeah, the music's there now. Yeah, I threw that on, but yeah, somebody definitely can throw
No,
on
no,
some
no.
battle music.
It's good because I'm sleeping to this. It's like,
right? Like I found this. I'm like, man, this is pretty cool, chill music. Let's throw that up there. All right, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at something real quick. 10 feet. Okay, so I have 40-foot walking distance because dread ambusher shit. First things first, bonus action, Zephyr's Blade is Zephyr Strike. Zephyr Strike, which will allow me to move away without provoking an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're
Somebody
going...
putting on battle music, or do I need to find some?
I'll
Okay.
look some.
Just wanted to make sure somebody was on it. All right, so Zephyr Strike has been activated.
Yeah, sorry, I accidentally closed my character sheet, so I had to load
You're
it back.
fine, man. I am on my third old fashioned. I'm feeling great. Got some combat action happening.
All right, 40 foot. What did we decide that? A tile is 5 foot, so 8 tiles. Oh, right. So we're going to move back to there. Turn that off. Go. Oh, come on.
that's your push to talk button.
Yeah, it's well, here. Well, I had a lot of background. I'll turn off my push to talk now.
My character has a lot of background too.
Oh, I had wife
I
and
know.
kid background. All right, so back here we are. We are going to... Shit, I used my bonus action. Let me see. Does Dread Ambusher only work on my first turn? I think it
Yep.
might.
Only on your first turn.
Yeah. I can't use it. I'm going to have to use my action to yell and wake everybody up. So I'm going to use my action to just look at... As I walk through the camp, shake as many people as I could, and yell, "Orcs! Orcs! To the east! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! We got to fight! Let's get going!"
Gosh, somebody put their coffee on.
That archer was supposed to guide us.
As you begin awaking everybody, I need everyone to give me an initiative roll.
You know, just
11.
click on the book and blah, 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 blah.
14 for Vinny.
Vinny with a 14 initiative.
3.
18.
Tyee Lazybone Guzman 3. Is it Guzman? Talgar, what was that?
18.
18. All right. Karlben,
With,
you have
with my
10,
-2.
and Vesmir. Vesmir. He's still
Sorry.
sleeping.
Called out 11 earlier. Sorry, you missed it.
Sorry, I missed it.
No problems.
Talgar, you bolt awake as Karl comes running through the camp. We're under attack! You bolt awake, taking in the situation as you get to your feet. Because you were asleep, you are prone, so you have half of your movement available to you. What would you like to do?
Well, hearing the commotion, I'm going to start moving towards the people coming at us. See how close I can get. Is this actually like where I am? Is that where I was sleeping?
I'm assuming you were hanging out with the pack mules.
All right.
I made a camp and fire and bed rolls.
Great.
That's okay.
Talgar needs no niceties.
Okay, that's as far as I can go after getting up. So I'm gonna stand here, stand my ground, and was it ready the dodge action?
Okay, so you'll use the dodge action for your action. Or you'll take the dodge action, rather. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Vinny, you're up. Did you bolt awake from the commotion?
Really? So I'll go as far as until I can see the closest one, Explorer B.
Okay.
And I'll call out to him, "Hey, your mother fornicates with arachnids." And I'll cast Vicious Mockery on him. He has to make a Wisdom saving throw of 12.
That's a B. Wisdom saving throw. Rolls a 16 out of the gate.
And bonus action, I'll just hide behind this column.
Yeah, he looks pissed.
Hey.
Anything else?
Bonus action, hide behind the column, and that'll be it.
Right. Okay. Is that a stealth?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll me a stealth check.
10.
Okay, you feel pretty stealthy.
And that's
All
it.
right. So, the intruders begin closing. You notice that they're covered in kind of patchwork. It looks very old, Talgar. With your background, you would kind of notice that it looks to be a militia of some sort, but you're not familiar with the clan or the brand. And it does. You can see that there's been several repairs on the splint mail. As one of them comes racing towards you, the other one begins to pass by you out of range. Just double check his movement.
Do I get any kind of opportunity since he went right by me or no?
He gave you a wide enough berth to stay out of your range.
That bitch.
Yeah, it's almost as if these guys have fought things before.
What a
Second one rushes forward. Last one moves up to there, headed towards the pack animals. The first one is going to swing on you, Talgar, with his long sword. Why can I not swing the sword? I do not understand.
At disadvantage.
Stand by. Like, I don't have the ability to actually attack right now. Oh, I know why.
Dude.
Alright, well then I'm going to have to manually do math.
Oh no.
So, he rolls a 18 as he swings his longsword into your armor.
That is
Disadvantage.
gonna be a miss.
glances off of your thick armor. Guard B, who looks rage-induced eyes. What did you say about my mother? As he runs around the pillar there, confronting you, Vinny, as he swings his longsword on you. He only gets a 12, though.
Miss.
C will swing his longsword on you, Talgar. Stumbling as he climbs up to your level, misses. And Guard D is... You know, he's going to take out his light crossbow, and he's going to shoot at Talgar. And he misses. And that makes it Vesmir's turn. Karl, you're on deck.
Vesmir stands up and keeps his back to the pillar, knowing that there's people behind. Are we on solid stone?
This looks to be extremely solid stone.
Well, actually, it says you can choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range that fits within a 5-foot cube. You can manipulate it in multiple ways. I am going to, for Human Explorer B, I'm going to drop the ground below them by 5 feet. They take no damage, but essentially he's in a pit by himself.
So he's in a 5-foot hole, basically.
Yes, correct.
Does he get a saving throw or anything to try to dodge that?
There's no saving throw. There's no damage. There's no. It's not an attack. It's just
The
manipulation.
ground that he's standing on just sinks in 5 feet. Okay.
Correct.
So he now has 3/4 cover.
Correct.
Okay.
But he's also in a difficult spot where he can't really attack up. So that concludes my turn.
I mean, he can attempt to swing his sword on Vinny. Karl, you are up. Tyee, you are on deck.
Let's see. Am I in enough darkness here, you think? Or do I need to move a little to be, you know?
Not know where your character's at.
I'm wiggling now.
Okay. Yes. I'm going to turn your torch on just so it's easier for me to see, but you're in darkness. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in darkness.
Yep.
The tent's blocking the embers from the fire.
Got it. We're going to take aim at the one at B. Oh, those are humans. I thought they were orcs. They totally look like orcs when I zoomed out. Okay, I see.
Yeah, and the figures themselves, now that you're kind of taking them in after the initial surprise, look familiar. They look very much like the individuals you saw when you explored the cave down below at the bottom of the valley.
Good to know. So yeah, we're gonna unsling the longbow on my back, draw an arrow, and shoot at B.
Okay, he has 3/4 cover, so he has a plus
Oh,
5 to his
does.
AC because he's in a hole in the ground. That
Oh,
Vesmir so
right. I missed that.
created.
You're right. All right. In that case, we probably should shoot somebody else. We're going to shoot explore number. We'll shoot D
Okay.
with advantage
Okay.
because I'm in
does
darkness.
he does probably have half cover because he's at a lower elevation there coming up at you, so he has a +2 to his AC.
That's fine. We'll let it ride. We'll let that one go. See what happens. Ugh, not that one. So first roll was a 15.
Arrow goes wide.
Oh, 17.
Unfortunately, the arrow goes right by him, just barely missing.
Let's see if we can maybe get a better position. Probably not. They're all going to be lower. Bonus action. Is there anything I do with my bonus action? I don't think so. Yep, that's all I got. next turn or next person.
Okay, Tyee, you are up, and Talgar, you're on deck.
I'm gonna kick off my sleeping bag, and I'm just visibly grumpy that somebody woke me up from my nappy nap. Isn't there an addiction folk here anymore? I mean, I swear to goodness we'd let you go earlier. We could have taken the crystals, but no! You just had to be greedy. I'm gonna light up my robes with the sign of the archer. I'm gonna reach up into the sky, grab onto the power of the stars, and I'm gonna bring down a moonbeam on top of...
Where your sphere is at?
Bingo.
I felt it coming.
I'm sorry. I got a little ahead of myself with how excited I was. I'm gonna move my character forward first, then do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm like right there-ish.
I just saw multiple measurements happening, and I was like, somebody's about to AoE some shit. Like, I didn't know if it was you or Vesmir.
Right, so that's the action. The moonbeam is the action, and on their turn, they'll need to make a save. It's Constitution saving throw. If they make the save, they just take half damage. I lit up my archer, and I'm going to take a shot at... It was B that's in cover, right?
All of them that are like the ones that are at Talgar and the ones that in B is coming up. The one that's not... Well, they're all in cover at this point because Vesmir put one in a hole.
Okay. I will take a archer shot at Human Explorer B. Or
Okay.
You said they were the Explorer B.
Yeah, Explorer B has got 3 covers quarter. Like, you can barely see, like, it's like you can see the top of his head.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said that they all kind of had cover. I misunderstood that.
They all have cover, but, like, that one is in a 5-foot hole. Like, the ground just, like, dropped below him and he just sank. So you can see, like, his head.
I can see D better.
D only has partial cover, so he only has a +2 to his AC. Same thing with A and D.
I'll go with D then. I'm going to take this at D. Rolling now.
Okay. As you reach up into the clear mountainous sky that is almost cloudless, the stars are bright. You can almost tangibly grab the moon and just bring its force down, lighting up the area. They're clearly in the beam. You see that D is like trying to reload his crossbow that he shot at Talgar as you take aim, and go ahead and give me your roll.
So the archer shot is a 19.
19 hits.
Rolling the damage.
The arrow finds its home.
And that'll be 11 radiant damage to D. D as in dog.
That arrow just sinks into him, blazoned by the radiant energy from the constellation and the archer. You hear him grunt, and blood just is profusely like spewing out around the arrow hole. Anything else?
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, Talgar, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck.
All right. I am going to cast a Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
And then that's going to last me a minute.
Mother of God, I went to grab my mouse and hit the back button, and it just reset everything. Give me just 1 second. Vinny, what was your initiative? Do you remember?
14? Yeah,
Yes.
14.
So Vinny's
Vesmir
14.
had 11. Talgar had, what, 18?
Yes.
Yes.
Tyee, you had a 3,
Ew.
and Karl, you had a 10.
Yep.
My guys had a 14, and Bandit D has taken 11 points of damage. And I'm going to be more careful about that. Sorry, we're back up to speed.
No worries.
That is so bullshit. That is the downside of online tools.
Agreed.
So Talgar,
Alright.
you're up. You're smiting some things.
Yep, I'm casting Thunderous Smite, and then I'm going to swing on C.
Do you cast that before or after you make contact?
After.
Yeah, so you actually need to hit, and then you activate it.
Well, it says the first time you hit with a weapon attack during the spell's duration.
Yeah, so basically when you make contact, if I tell you it hits, at that point that's the moment you choose to decide to use it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, in that case, I am swinging on C.
All right. Since these guys are face to face with you, there is no bonus to AC on them.
That's a whopping 10.
He ends up blocking that. And he will use a reaction as he parries your blade to the side and then strikes back with rising skill.
I don't know if it's my internet or what, but you're getting like super like muffled.
You're breaking
I'm
up
sorry.
a little bit.
I probably had it too far away from it. So he blocks your blade as it comes in and then turns and stabs back at you. You're surprised by this, but you're able to step aside as he only rolls a 12 to hit. Any other actions you would like to take?
That concludes me for now.
Vinny, you're up. As Bandit B is sunk into a hole in front of you unexpectedly. Because of your proximity, he still has partial cover, but he doesn't have 3/4, so.
But I can look down the hole at least, can't I?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Vinny strums some of his strings as part of a spell focus, and he looks down the hole. I have a joke for you. And he casts hideous laughter. How is your wife like a house? Both have a dress. Wisdom saving throw of 12.
Nice.
Okay, as he goes to wisdom saving throw of a 12, he rolls a 4 and just loses it. Begins to laugh. Just his head is exposed at the top of the ground there, and he's just belting laughter, clutching his gut.
Nice.
Does he fall prone or anything, or is it straight just he's just like, what's the effect?
It just says falls into a fit of laughter. He does fall prone.
Okay.
And he can't stand up for the duration.
Yeah, so he's at the bottom of this small hole, just laughing his ass off.
Yep, and then I'll just disengage and back up from him. And that'll be my turn.
Just goblin things. Okay, so we are back to Bandit A as he comes and swings his longsword after that parry of Talgar's blow. He rolls a 17.
All right, Bandit A needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. One second. Hold that 17. Rolls a natural 20 for his Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so he's gonna take half damage.
Okay, give it to me.
He's gonna take half of 7. So 3
points of radiant damage. Is even in this light, you can see the skin begin to kind of char on his arms. He does not like this and moves to the side as he swings his longsword at Talgar with a 17.
It's gonna whiff.
Makes contact with your armor, but doesn't seem to be able to do much to it. Bandit B it's his turn. He's laughing at the bottom of a hole. Does he get any type of saves per turn or anything? Or
yeah, at the end of his turn, he makes another wisdom saving throw, I think. Yep.
He rolled a 13 for his wisdom saving throw.
And he makes it. So he still loses a turn, but he's no longer
he's
laughing.
Lost his turn. He's prone, and he realizes this isn't funny. Bandit C is going to swing his longsword on Talgar.
Bandit C needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, hold on to that 14, which will miss as he rolls his con save and rolls a natural fucking 1.
Hey, we got some serious spread on these saving throws, man.
Yeah, we do.
This guy's gonna take 13 damage though.
Holy shit! So that's C, right? Okay, 13. He does not look good. Like the skin is charred and begins to peel. You can see part of his equipment just kind of like peel with this like almost like radiant light. It's just ripping him apart. He steps up out of that cone of light as he steps forward and swings. Unfortunately, not able to penetrate Talgar's defenses. And Bandit D is not liking this situation at all. He is going to shoot his crossbow at Karl. Can he see you, Karl?
me?
That's the next question.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I'm in the darkness, so effectively invisible.
You're fucking invisible. Okay, great. So he's not going to shoot at you. He can't see Vinny. He can. Oh no, he can see Vinny.
Is there a campfire there, or is that character lights that have lit us up?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Is it there a campfire, or is it our torchlight and our characters that is lighting us up?
It's a torchlight.
The torchlight is just for my benefit to see. None of y'all are carrying torches, as far as I know.
Correct.
And the tent is blocking the embers from the fire from backlighting you. But he can see Vinny, and he is going to attempt to shoot him with a crossbow. And he rolls a 12.
With.
That lot of good. Vesmir, you're up. Karl, you're on deck.
Vesmir moves around, his head around the corner, and noticing the situation with human explorer B, casts mold earth again and buries him
Holy fuck.
with earth above him. So, yeah, like that space fills with dirt.
You hear a muffled scream as the opening of the indentation into this stone floor that has stood for eons is sealed up. The last little bit, as it closes up, just cuts off his scream, and you just hear the faintest muffle and pounding as he beats his fist into the rock face. I'm assuming you're just closing him off?
Yes, and then I pull back around the corner.
Okay. You're a horrible, terrifying person. Karl, you're up. Tyee, you're up. Or you're on deck. Okay.
I gotta give Vesemir a bit of a side eye of like, what the hell did you just do? And then move a little, like creep a little close.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
Actions.
Whew. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we.
Oh, getting some internet cutouts here.
Oh wow! So 26 was one. We're rolling advantage to see if we get a crit. Actually, yeah, 26 is not a crit. Okay.
Double 26s. Okay. That does hit.
Right. Okay, we're gonna D3 plus 3. 10 damage.
How do you want to do it?
Cool. We aim center of mass. Pull the arrow back on the bow. Let go. Arrow goes straight right through his chest, clean through, leaving a hole from the front to the back.
Your arrow pierces the first arrow you shot like a Robin Hood shot and just like decimates him and punching that hole that you described through the character as he falls over dead and his body tumbles down the cliff face over into the darkness.
And we use my remaining movement to, like, even though they can't really see me, I'm still ducking behind this pillar because, you know, and then I'm done.
Holy shit, Microsoft Flight Sim patch just cut the download size in half. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. Anyway, Karl, you have finished your turn?
I am finished.
Did you step aside? Okay, Tyee, you are up. Talgar, you are on deck.
Okay, so just in case I miss something, B is like fully in the earth right now.
You can't see B. He is underground for all intents and purposes.
Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna move the moonbeam, and unfortunately, it is gonna end up on top of Talgar.
Hey, you do what you gotta do.
So I'm not going to change the radius, but it'll be on top of him.
Yeah.
It'll consume
That
both
would consume all three of them, yeah.
And then I'm going to shoot the arrow at Human Explorer A.
I did tell Baggers, so we were in a conversation earlier this week. I did tell Baggers we needed like fireball markers type thing, like over things we could just drop
Oh yeah.
and move
So it's
around, almost as like as a semi prop. And he said something's in the works.
So it's a 20, and it'll be 7 damage.
7 damage to for
To A.
who? To A. 7 damage to A. All right. As your archer blast hits him with cosmic constellation power, pierces his body, he looks bloodied. Anything else?
No, move the moonbeam did that, and that's gonna end the turn. Yeah.
Okay, Talgar, your turn is beginning. I need a Constitution saving throw. Tyee, get damage ready. As you are bathed in this beautiful light that begins to burn. It burns so bad.
I look around
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Oh, it burns real bad.
16 damage. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You take 16 radiant moon damage.
I'm looking real bad now.
It's like, yeah, he
I
looks
never
real bad.
thought I was vicious. Jeez.
The old
Talgar,
man who woke up from his nap.
you're more than welcome to take the rest of your turn.
Well, I'm still gonna muster what strength I've got left and swing at C.
Okay, C is, hold on.
Is C gone?
No, they're both up. I think they're just really hurt.
Hold on. D is the one that did get 10 damage done to him. D is gone. C, okay, I fixed the HP. So, C is hurt real bad, yes.
All right, I'm swinging on C.
The only one that's healthy is the one that's underground.
It's 18.
18 will hit.
Okay, I'm gonna cast it's gonna be 10,
Okay. and
and then my
Mighty smite damage. We're
about to find that one out now. It's gonna be 8 thunder damage.
okay.
And is he
So-
considered? Is he a? It says if the target is a creature. Are they creatures or does that not count?
They're humanoids. They're not creatures.
Shit.
Well, what
Well-
is it? What does the description actually say?
It says additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
I'm almost positive humans are creatures.
I think it would count in that case.
I would think we count as creatures. But if it does count, my
Because it's
my
not a
intention
beast.
was to push him because the way he's angled, push him 10 feet off the cliff.
Or to the edge.
A creature is
What's this
basically
called?
every living, breathing, or undead or constructs thing big enough to be considered. Yeah. He is a creature. So, unfortunately, though, you will get to be able to do your push, but it's not going to be as a whole. As you strike with your blade and channel your divine paladin vengeance through him, he blows apart as he only had 7 HP left before you dealt him 18, and chunks of him fly off the canyon wall to meet his partner down below.
Oh,
And he is expired. A
That works.
is looking hurt and terrified as he's being bathed in this moonlight as well. Vinny, you're up. Unless Talgar, you had anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
well, let's hope this works. Vinny moves up and stands on top of B. Not that he can do anything to B. And then he points at A and says, Your friends are down, and you are next. And vicious mockery. He has to make a wisdom saving throw of 12.
So he rose his wisdom and gets a 10.
Well, he suffers 1d4 psychic damage, and disadvantage on his next attack roll. So he takes 3 psychic damage.
Your words cut echoing into his ears. He questions his whole purpose of coming up this mountain. He knew it was a bad idea. Okay, anything else?
I will bravely get up next to him, but not in the moonbeam, so that if he runs, I have opportunity attack. And I just
okay. So the moonbeam is centered on Talgar, so everything within 5 around Talgar is bathed in the moon.
Yeah, but can I get on the other side of him and just outside of it?
You could get onto the other side of him, but everything basically 5 squares around Talgar is bathed in the moonlight.
Yeah, I just want to get in combat range.
Okay.
Not only to offer him another target, because Talgar is pretty hurt, but so I can slice at him if he runs away.
Talgar is also a little melty.
Yeah, Talgar's melty right now. Bandit A is going to roll a Constitution saving throw and hope for the fucking best. Roll a 3.
How you do it?
I should throw it down the can
So
and make it better rolls.
Yeah, that'll be 11 damage.
So, like something all of fucking Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, you just see his face like peel away and begin melting like a crayon on a hot day, and it just peels away as he collapses, just being punished by this lunar beam. And he has expired, and for all intents and purposes, that mold earth does not have a duration. That is done. So we are out of... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just as the last one drops, Vesmir will create a small enough hole down through that 5 foot of earth so he can breathe but can't move.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We'll consider that out of action or out of combat, since he can't really do anything about that. You see a crossbow bolt like streak out of the little tiny hole, but that's about all that could happen. And we are out of combat at this point. The threat has been vanquished.
We're gonna have to get on your fucking bad side.
Vesmir goes over to the hole of the trapped individual. Well, you seem to have attacked the wrong party. Your friends have not fared too well, and it seems that you are in quite the predicament. I dare say, do you have anything to bargain for your life?
Spare me and I'll give you our crystal find.
Well, I mean, it depends how much crystal you have. I mean, what's its value? How much do you have?
We found a large crystal. We were able to extract it. It's about a foot long. It's energized quartz. It's quite valuable. Spare me and I will give it to you freely.
Wait. I go up to Vesmir, and I ask Vesmir to kind of step aside just a minute. I got to go to the bathroom, and I pee in the hole.
So you hear him. What the fuck? No, stop! He yells fucking from in the hole.
I'm done. Thank you.
Leave
Vengeance,
yourself.
my goodness, vengeance. I mean, in any other circumstances, that would have been uncalled for, but these fuckers woke me up from my nap.
Well, yes, you now see how brutally tactful we can be, and you best not cross us because
Who the
There's
fuck
nothing-
are you? You are without remorse. He yells back in a bad German accent as well, because they're fun.
Perfect German
Well,
accent.
all that you need to know is that we are not to be fucked with. So,
We've
I am
learned
about-
we've learned our lesson. We'll go. We're sorry.
Well, let me just say that you have learned your lesson. The others have learned in their blood. So
Oh,
there's
no.
nothing for them to say. So unless you want to be lying with your comrades, I dare say that when you come up from the earth, you you drop your weapons and you lead us to this crystal. And then you have bought your freedom, my friend.
You have a deal. Are you telling the truth?
Yes, I am 100%.
You promise you're not going to kill me? You'll let me go if I give you the crystals?
Well, as long as you have not lied to us, and these crystals, as you say, are a foot long energized quartz, then yes, we have a deal here. There's no need for more bloodshed. I'm sure you'll have a difficult enough time getting back to safety once this transaction is finished.
You do seem to have me in a predicament where I don't have much choice in the matter. You have yourself a deal, sir.
Very well. And with a flick of the hand and a slow motion, he molds the earth and it separates as he ends up being lifted out of the ground to where he's now lying at our feet.
He tosses aside his long sword and crossbow and kind of raises his hands. A deal is a deal.
Yes, well, let's get you cleaned up a little bit. That was a little bit unhospitable of us, and casts prestidigitation on him just to clean him up into, the state he
Yes.
was in.
Patchwork armor and so forth is cleaned. Some of the grime from just being in the mountains and working the caves comes off of him, and he's borderline, if it wasn't for the lack of shave and scraggly beard and whatnot, is quite presentable.
That man should be tied
He is,
up.
he is human.
Tied up in our presence.
Well, now that you are dry, we can begin this expedition. And again, I've warned you very
Oh yeah,
cautiously.
and the urine has now been cleansed away. Jesus Christ, Vinny.
I caution you again not to try anything funny, yes?
Gentlemen, I suggest we tie him up. He must be restrained.
He kind of as he comes up and takes in the surroundings and sees what's left of Nolan that is splattered across the rocks that Talgar blew apart with the smite. In the absence, but quite a bit of blood, as well as the molten remains from the corrosive moonbeam. He doesn't look like he has any fight left in him. He just sighs heavily, resigning himself to this fate.
Before we go down, I hold up my hand to Talgar and say, "Good job."
Thank you.
To Talgar.
Right, I'm not telling you.
Hey, you want to take credit for all of Mindlink's like tanking and brutal work? And go for it.
Sure, why not?
Does Talgar shake my hand?
Yes.
My hand is wet. Heal and spit. And I heal you for... Ooh. Oh, just for healing, but it's something.
And I did use a cure wounds on him earlier. I hope you're cool with me doing that, like that, Califax. He got.
Sorry, what did you do?
So while there was while we were dealing with this prisoner, I'd used cure wounds on Talgar.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see if you texted me or anything. I was fixing another drink.
Or I tossed it into general. I don't know how you want me to do that, or if you want me to do that at all. I don't. Yeah.
Generally, we're good. We can always hit the rewind if something's out of place and stuff. Unless it's like something really private you want to keep between me and you or something, then you can just wait and say it, and we can fit it in timeline wherever, or just speak up. Most of this party is quite respectful.
So that works. So that's 16 total,
So it's-
me and him.
Yeah.
Healing.
So knowing that Tyee cast that on him, you still wanting to do your healing spit?
Yeah. Every little bit helps, and I didn't notice, but yep.
He
Okay.
just wanted to shake his hand with a spit handshake.
God,
My hand is wet. No particular reason.
Especially after peeing. Like,
I
Talgar,
didn't
I'm
wash
sure, has
my
got
hand.
questions.
That's right.
I look at my hand dripping.
But you feel better, so
I do feel better. I'm moist, but I feel better.
Moist.
Well, youngster, you should lead the way. It is late in the evening, and we still must rest eventually. So lead the way to your stash.
so he does lead you down the path in the darkness.
And I'm gonna stay
For now-
behind and loot Nolan.
Okay. You find the well. I'll get into looting in a little bit.
Yeah.
So for narration's sake, he does lead you down to the cave that you found earlier that they had extracted. In a wrapped in a leather satchel, are 1 foot long energized quartz, gleaming, pristine quality. I mean, just the geometric beauty of it, with its radiant, glowing energy trapped inside of it. It's a thing to behold. There are a handful of smaller crystals, almost like that they were growing out of the base of that larger crystal that have been collected as well, but nothing in comparison to that big giant 1 foot crystal. And he presents it to you and says, "As we struck our bargain, I've kept my end."
Yes, very well. And we will keep up our end of the bargain as well. Just wait here several minutes as we make our way back, and then you are free to slip away as you please.
And just remember, this is the natural end of all bandits.
Kind of nods, taking it in, not wanting to give any lip, or he pauses for a second, like he's gonna say something, and just lets it go, and just
Wise-
nods,
It's a wise choice.
leans kind of against the wall, and waits for you to depart.
Cool, I've added that to my inventory.
So you make your way back up to the camp. At this point, Azam is kind of settling everybody down. All of the onlookers of the battle are all kind of exchanging sideways glances as the party approaches again. Everybody's kind of giving Vesmir a wide berth. They're looking at Tyee with a newfound respect as he was slinging arcane energies as his robe glowed with the power of the constellations, calling forth the power of the moon down to slay the enemies facing the group. Vinny, your quick wit, impressive to others, and then Talgar, your fearless nature of charging in. The group has just kind of a look of awe for some of you, a sideways glance of questioning fear to others. Azam, again, thanks you for serving your duty and defending the caravan. Vinny, as you go and loot the bodies, you're able to find it's just just Nolan, right? That's left on there.
Yeah, everyone's
The other two
downstairs.
fell off. Yeah. Okay. So you find one splint mail with a little tiny bit of work. It would be repairable. You find a long sword and a light crossbow with 15 bolts.
Ah,
You also find a pickaxe and several climbing batons.
cool. Anyone want
Let's
any
say,
of these?
I don't know, let's say three batons.
3 climbing batons. All right. Well, I'll hold on to them unless anyone wants any of them.
Okay. It is early morning at this point. We're talking like probably 3:30ish, 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. 3:30 in the morning. So the sun will be up in a matter of hours. The canyons will probably give you a little while extra darkness, possibly enough to get a full long rest in if everybody kind of beds down.
He's gonna bed down.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
You said how long before sunrise? Oh, actually, no. I'll take watch while everybody's bedding down. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So if so you carrying watch just in case everybody else is able to bed down. Azam says with the disturbance, we will get a little bit of later start in the morning, but we'll try to make up for it. Based on what Ares has said, there's really kind of no telling what's going to be on the next leg of the journey. So he agrees that a good rested night is in order. The party may go ahead and cycle a long rest unless there was other activities that needed to be done.
No, long rest is good for me.
Okay. So go ahead and reset your spells, reset your HP, go ahead and cycle the long rest, do whatever you need to do, and give me just a couple minutes here.
Did you want to take a quick break or a little bit later?
We can do that in just a little bit later.
Cool.
I just need a minute or two.
All right.
I take that back. Does anybody else need to take a break?
I'm good waiting for a little bit until everyone wants
Okay.
some. It's whatever.
Yeah, just give me like 2 minutes. I'll be good.
I mean, that was a super effective combat. I just did 2 cantrips. I'm loving this character.
Yeah, as you're sealing people into rocks to die slowly.
I mean, that was the intention, but then I was like, oh, well, last man standing, maybe he begged for his life and there's treasure to be had, so see what he's got to offer. If not, just seal it shut.
Okay, as the sun begins to peek over the cliff walls, still casting long shadows down into the valley, the party kind of wakens from their not exactly a restful night, but you do feel rested, especially after the journey up, the challenges you faced so far, and then the midnight attack that the bandits placed on you. You are rested as you begin to start your day. The group begins to pack up the camp and fold away their tents and bedrolls and begins to get the pack mules and beast of burden in order to complete the next leg of the journey. What would the party like to do? At this point, too, you can see on the other end of the ruins, it looks like the mountain path snakes around, although exiting the ruins, the passageway here, it does look a little bit more worn and weathered, exposed to the elements. And at the end of the cave wall, you see what looks to be a structure of some type, of the same type of material, but is not fared quite as well.
What do you mean same
Are you
type?
talking about the structure on the western end? Oh, sorry, the structure on the western end.
Yes, the western end.
Gotcha,
Sorry.
Thank you. No, you're good. You're good. I just wanted to make sure.
One thing that Tyee, you notice upon immediately waking is the consistent hammering echoing from the eastern end of the valley. It has returned to its multiple hammers hitting stone from somewhere deep out of sight from you as it kind of echoes through the canyon here.
So our visitors last night, the friends seem to be hard at work in the eastern cavern. I'm assuming, and this is, it's always dangerous to assume, but I'm assuming that our friend last night informed his friends of us, and the clanging of hammers tells me that they have decided in their own best interests in this regard.
Well, we don't know if they're all working together, and they're all making a buck, so I think that's more important to them right now than their lives.
Gosh, you would think so, Vinny. You should think so, Vincent. Kalbren and I, we happened upon these gentlemen in the cavern earlier during our journey, and I convinced him to leave them behind. I assumed that if we let them be, they would let us be. But it was just, I don't know. I'm too old to be making a mistake like this.
What a mistake. They made the mistake by attacking us. We knew that was a possibility. We were ready.
I suppose. I was just too old.
Next time we can take them out ahead of time, I suppose.
I don't know. Is one instance good enough to change your ethics?
I still
don't know.
like the leave them alone. We're the better person. It's weird coming from a goblin, but you know if they attack us, we're known for making sure those don't work. So
I just think it's evident, Vincent, you are not a normal goblin.
They came after us. We didn't come after them.
And they paid with their hard efforts. I mean, we were worthy of Falcon. There's no reason that he should have been left alive, but I don't know. Something can be said for honesty, at least.
now during the
Morale-
journey, sorry, I'm just gonna add real
No,
quick.
no.
During the journey through here, I'm going to use mending to work on the splint. I can't wear it, but at least with it repaired, it's good for selling or if anyone wants it.
I was going to look at the rest of the group. Say, morality and feeling good only matters to those who lived. And just kind of walk on.
Which it is time to get ahead of the caravan a little bit.
Yes, I think we should be aware of our surroundings and investigate the ruins to the west, yes?
Well, yeah, I don't see a way of avoiding them, frankly.
Well, then Vesmir talks to the Azam and directs him to keep, a few 100 feet behind.
He nods and kind of takes in the instruction and says, "Will do."
Yeah, I'll stay back behind too, just working on the splint mill till it's done.
So you can tell that at some point this pathway was definitely worked and molded to its current use. It just hasn't. It's been exposed to the elements and is a little bit more rough, but it's a solid footing and doesn't look to be too treacherous as you begin to approach the ruins from to the west. Was there something else anybody was doing? I'm just double checking I didn't miss something.
No.
Not me.
All right. So as you kind of approach the ruins, you can hear the water down below at the valley kind of rushing into this steep crevice, this canyon. As it kind of picks up speed, you can see some rapids below, and there's just the white water noises emanating from that crag, that crack in the mountain as it disappears away, flowing somewhere unseen. Other than that, you don't hear or see anything that causes you pause. There does look to be a natural bridge, although somewhat crumbling and stuff. It does span across that crevice up ahead.
As we approach, would we hear or would we perceive anything?
You do not, even with your innate super abilities, you do not hear anything that would cause you alarm. Just natural sounds of rushing water, birds chirping, some chipmunks playing on the rock face. Other than that, you just approach the ancient stonework. It does look to be of dwarven construction, although it looks, upon closer inspection, it does look to bear some marks of battle long ago. Possibly a fortress or a fortification of some type that came under siege.
Would I be able to see this bridge, and would we be able to tell whether it's safe?
You could give me a survival check
Okay.
to trying to find a whether it's sturdy enough to support the weight.
21.
It looks very solid, as long as you kind of stay towards the middle.
Okay. All right. Cool. Gentlemen, this appears to be very solid. I just kind of I knock it. Like, it's just solid rock.
As you move into the ruins, you see the remnants of some campfires that long ago were burned here. This looks like it's been used as kind of a waypoint here and there in the past. You see some refuge and other discarded items. Nothing of worth or really worth salvaging being exposed to the weather, but you can definitely see that others have taken this path before and left signs of their stay here behind.
Give me an example of something that was discarded.
Some broken bottles, maybe a torn wineskin, some bones from possibly a meal or something.
Were the bottles glass?
They were.
I'll take a couple shards of broken glass.
Okay, you can add that to your inventory.
I'm gonna lean into Kalb. You seem like the source that has dealt with traps and dangerous things. Would you mind? These old battlements, they could be riddled with these such things. Just want to make sure that we're. I believe that we might be able to handle it with the caravan.
We'll glance suspiciously and convincingly at Tyee, but kind of sigh and then start looking around. I'll inspect the area for traps.
Roll me an investigation as you begin to poke around and prod and investigate.
Man, that sucks. I've got a -1. It feels like I should have much a higher score than that 7. I feel very investigative.
Nothing here. Everything's been long abandoned. Quite confident. Again, that is another feature I need to add. I'm gonna write this down so I can send this to Bagger. There needs to be a box somewhere that I can have you roll, and only I can see it. Fantasy
if you
Grounds.
want.
Fantasy Grounds had a nice little feature that I could enable that would let me do that.
Like, I've got a D20 in front of me. I'd also fine to physically roll and just PM you if you'd like.
Yeah, but then I gotta jump between multiple things. Like this is
I
one of those
see.
like quality of life features that would be nice to have as a DM playing on this platform.
Yeah, like there should be like a checkbox with the dice tray of like only let the DM see it.
Well, the way Fantasy Grounds is they had like a little dice tower, and you could actually turn that on, and then only I could see what you put in there. So like there could be just a little square down by the compass that if you dragged the dice to and let it go, like only I would be able to see it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
QOF things that I can send baggers.
By the way, though, this highlights something just meta style for this group. Like, I can disable traps, but apparently I can't see them. So just throwing that out there.
Okay, I will keep an eye out as well, I suppose.
Well, he's quite confident that there's no traps and that any that are here have long since been activated or are no longer effective, and kind of charges forward, and nothing springs up as you begin to explore the ruins. There doesn't seem to be anything of value, but as you do explore the ruins and the wind whips across the mountain peaks, the cold kind of air cutting to you at this altitude, you hear it kind of like catch and reverberate into a chasm, a large oh my god, words are absolutely failing me.
Cave?
It's not a cave. What's another word for a cave?
Cavern?
Shaft.
A what?
Shaft.
Sure. The shaft like catches the air and kind of reverberates, and you hear kind of a different tone of howl as the wind kind of circulates around these ruins at the far end of the valley. As you kind of go to investigate further, you see that there are stairs that lead deep downward, somewhere into the heart of the mountain.
Turn back to everybody. Let's say, there's stairs over here.
I don't know if the caravan can go downstairs easily, or is that just a
Stairs-
side
the
road?
stairs are wide enough that you, especially considering what you've come across so far and climbing this treacherous path to this point in the past, like they should be able to navigate through these stairs. They're wide,
yeah.
dwarven construction, very solid.
Would the regular path out be to the southwest corner of this map?
I'm sorry.
So from where we're standing, like the map doesn't necessarily show an exit. Is the southwest corner of the map the quote-unquote exit?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's almost like the map has changed since we first started, as I've decided to linear path railroad you.
Damn.
So,
Laying it on.
so there's no other exits. It's just the stairs that go down. It's
This
where the
does
path
this
leads.
does appear, and this would match the description Azam has given you from
good.
Ares about finding your path through the mountain.
Oh, cool.
The
Sweet
caravan is.
retcon, bro.
You can. I have a desire to get to session 0, guys. I really do. So you can see that the caravan's making its way along the path, following you up. They're beginning to kind of move, like wait for your signal to move across into the ruins. But Azam doesn't seem to be concerned. He seems to be this is the correct path based on the information that he's gathered from Ares.
Down we go.
You begin you bring the caravan across, and they begin to prepare as you lead the path down the switchback into the heart of the mountain, deeper. It gets darker as you go until you reach the bottom, several hundred feet below. You wait and pause and let the caravan catch up, and standing before you is a tunnel that stretches out a considerable distance into the darkness in front of you. And we are about to switch boards. So give me
Question,
just one.
actually, as we were traveling, it seemed like our surroundings shifted in real time almost.
Mountains and caves, man. They do funny things.
They sure do.
Wait, what'd you say?
What?
Changing.
It sounds like you said cows and caves.
Cows and caves, exactly what he said.
Mountains and caves
And cows.
and cows.
And Peggy.
So
Cameron, you get the reference?
Oh my god. I know that the drink's starting to take hold when I've grabbed like Karl like 3 times before I was able to move to the next character.
Which tile do we need to be on?
Yeah, which
Yep.
board?
I'm just setting your characters up. You need to be on
Targos.
Red Cap Cavern.
Oh, cool.
Almost like there might be red caps here.
Man,
You mean the gnomes?
ain't anything past you, man. Good job, Rudy. Oh,
Oof.
I'm sorry. It's too much.
That's fucking cutting deep.
It's too much. I'm sorry. I'm not really that sorry. I'm just gonna say sorry so we can play the game.
So as you begin to reach the bottom of the cave and follow the passageway, you eventually get to a place that has got strange red fungus growing, and the cavernous area begins to kind of tighten into a very narrow path through the heart of the mountain. You're several hundred feet below where you started this journey. The caravan keeping pace, but keeping a safe distance. Azam on your heels. just kind of looking for insight, and he seems rather on edge as you progress into this new terrain.
I'm gonna try and figure out what these mushrooms are.
I want to assist him.
Of course, you would want to know what those mushrooms are.
You've used a different model for Zam on this board.
Did I? You know what? I used the same model from the first one. He's a unique character.
Oh,
I've been
cool.
using the one that spawned on the board.
Nice.
Give me just a moment for the.
And what is the mother's name of the fungus that we're looking at?
Wow.
Yeah, we want genus and species also.
Roll me at nature check, Sir Explorer of Fauna.
With advantage, because I'm helping him?
I'm sorry, it's a nature check. No, you're trying to recall lore about it.
Lore? Okay, yeah, and so, our little goblin buddy is helping me, so.
Okay, so then roll with advantage. He's read some books. He's had some psychedelic experiences.
Ooh, 18.
Okay.
I feel like Skyrim. Every time we see an herb, we pick it.
Give me a moment.
I feel like that's definitely a weak spot of my build on this character. He's a ranger that knows nothing about nature.
That's typical, though, because you don't want to waste points on intelligence, which you're only going to use for just a few calls, you know what I mean?
It's kind of true, yeah.
Roll me a d6, please.
Five.
You have seen references between the two of you. You've heard of stories. You've seen references of this. This mushroom doesn't look exactly the same, but it looks very familiar to a fungi that's known as the Tongue of Madness. It is edible. It will sustain you. But if you can ingest too much of it, or if you don't have kind of the stout constitution, it could cause you to speak compulsively for a considerable amount of time. It just basically will make you babble any thought that strays into your head. But it will sustain you. It is edible.
I'll take some with me and throw them in my backpack.
Yeah, same here.
What is it that you're grabbing here?
I was semi-prepared for this one.
I'm just asking the other two players, see, because they're grabbing mushrooms, like, what are they grabbing?
This looks very similar to the mushroom called the Tongue of Madness, right, Vinny?
Yeah, something like that. It's best used on people you're interrogating.
Yeah, it makes them just kind of talk.
I have heard such things, but make sure you grab enough for more than one turn, yes?
Yeah, we're both grabbing a couple.
Yeah, you're able to roll me a d4. One of you. Y'all choose.
I'll roll last time. Vinny, you want to roll?
Yeah, I'll do a. Hopefully, I don't suck. Oh, 2.
You are able to find enough matured fungi that would be equivalent of 2 days worth of rations for sustenance. How much you need to feed somebody to do like an interrogation, as you suggested, remains somewhat unknown to you.
You want to keep these?
Yeah, I got plenty of room in my pack. I'll throw them in.
Yeah.
Would I have any information regarding these caps of madness? Like any of the medicinal qualities? Like, would I be able to determine like how many would be necessary for a potent brew?
Sure, you know what? Give me a medicine check.
All right, cool.
It's not strictly what the text says, but we're playing D&D.
It's not. That's why I asked it that way. You're right. You know, I watched it rolled from a 13 over to the 18 onto a 4 for an 11.
You really don't have
Okay.
any clue.
It's all right.
We could test it out at some point.
But they seem quite confident as they take it out their belt knife and are like, sawing stalks. Like, hey, we should grab some of this.
Gentlemen, beyond your god, there does seem to be but goodness, is that an anvil?
That is an anvil.
In the
It is
cave
an
we're in?
It is. And as you further explore and start gathering mushrooms, you notice that there seems to be a door that leads off into somewhere, as well as a few other items. There looks to be a stone well, some other odds and ends, a broken stool, just kind of things. Nothing looks like it's been currently used. Even that anvil looks to be covered in some lichen and moss.
All right, well, I'll try to be stealthy now, noticing that there's potentially something around, and creep towards the door.
Before he goes, I'm gonna touch him on his shoulder and just say, "May the stars guide you, young man." And you have guidance.
All right. What are you looking at, or what are you doing?
I'm being stealthy and creeping towards the door with intent to look inside.
Roll me a stealth check.
Stealth check with guidance, even.
Yeah, you get that extra D4.
Oh man, I can't just add a D4. Okay, sorry.
Ignore
trying
that
to-
roll.
Well, you can add a D. Oh, well, if you're doing it from there, yeah, no.
Yeah, I got to do that. 24 plus 3, 27.
Yeah, you feel super stealthy as you disappear in front of the party. Head over to the door.
And then we'll try to for all the good it'll do, I'll try to inspect the door for traps.
Roll me an investigation.
Yeah. Should have used guidance on this. Definitely.
Yeah, you could have
5.
saved that.
So you don't see any indications whatsoever that there's any traps on it, but during your kind of checking out the door, you do notice that there are marks on the door, gouges into the wood that looks quite old, by the way. But there's some indentations, there's gouges in the door as if something was attempting to get in. But there does not appear to be any traps.
Well, we'll try to open the door. Is it open or is it locked?
The crude handle on the door spins, but it appears to be barred from the inside.
I want to smell to see if I can smell anything coming from the other side of the door. I don't know why. I'm thinking like a dead body or something.
Roll me perception.
Perception. Ooh, 22.
I don't. You smell. I would say that you don't smell decay, but there is a moldy stillness that gives you pause on the inside.
I kind of point back to the anvil where it's got like kind of mold on there. It's like, it seems this place has been untouched for a while. Same thing within there.
Well, if we went in there, we're not getting in without passing that door.
Well, I can grant you access if you would like to go through.
Really? How?
Vesmir waves his hand and creates a bowl-like divot wide enough, about 2 or 3 feet deep underneath the door out of the stone when he molds the earth.
The stone floor pulls away from the bottom of the door as he describes this divot. Definitely big enough for one of the party members to kind of sliver through or slither through.
I would suggest checking carefully. We don't know what is on the other side, yeah? Then?
Anybody want to go in?
I think the small dude should go.
Okay.
Yes, I think the small body should definitely go. Vincent, it's your move, my man.
I crawl in.
All right, so Vincent, you crawl in and you see a extremely dusty, for lack of a better term, a small apartment almost. You see tankards on the wall, a few bottles. You see a dinner that looks to be half eaten, but long ago, as it's completely covered with lichen and mold. There's kind of a fungus growing across it. The air is damp and dreary inside. You see a shelves, a workspace, some hammers, a barrel, a chest, a couple beds, and in one of the beds, a rather decomposed body. The door behind you is barred from the inside with a thick, heavy, almost like an 8x8 piece of lumber stretched across it.
Got any books in here?
There are a handful of books.
Okay, I'll take them.
Okay, you put them in your backpack. Put 4 books in your backpack or in your inventory, and if you want to investigate further, we can talk about it at some point.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vincent, don't forget to open the door, good man.
Oh yeah, I'm working on it. And I just make sure the books are tucked away. Okay, and then I go to the door to see what it takes to open it. I know you said a bar.
Yeah, it's a heavy bar, but you even in with your stature, you would be able to lift it out of its kind of iron holder, and you hear clattering of lumber hitting the stone floor, and then the door swings open.
Ta-da!
Oh, very good, thank you. Oh, poor guy.
I think he's dead.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Yes, very, very astute, Vinny.
The hell is he doing down here?
What do you mean? It's his home. It's a nice little cozy place. Signs on the door shows that he was safe in here. Probably waited out whatever was attacking. Probably tragic.
Can I just investigate the belongings around, see if I find anything interesting, or just a general idea of what's around?
Sure. There looks to be a brewer's kit over in the corner. It does not look like it's been used for a while. You can see kind of calcium deposits from the dripping of the cave. This depth kind of coating over it. Again, the dinner is long, spoiled and wasted. Fungi have fed off it and lived, died, and spawned. There's some pewter pitchers and goblets. There does appear to be a chest here. There's a barrel, although it looked to have held drinking water at one point that has long since gone rancid. Or not rancid. What's the other word when it doesn't move? Stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Vocabulary for 200, Alex. You do see the remnants of a forge over in or at least a hearth, a part of a forge, over in the corner. The coals and billows long since become dilapidated, probably paired with the anvil that you saw outside.
Can I investigate the chest?
Sure. Roll me an investigation. What are you looking for?
I want to see if it opens, if there's anything in it.
Oh, so you're just gonna try to open it?
Yeah.
Okay. It is locked.
I put my hand on him and say, Archer guide you. But there's no guidance because I don't know how to do that.
Well, it seems
Slowly
like you
begins
have
to convert party members.
I'm gonna reach out with my hand and be like, "It's not how that." You know.
So you're having trouble with that chest?
Yes, it appears to be locked.
All right. I'll walk over and kneel down beside it and pull my thieves' tools out of my pocket and see what I can do.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check as you begin to work the lock with your thieves' tools.
17.
With no time at all, an expert guidance of your hand, Click, click. The lock springs open. The chest is able to be opened.
How big is the cavern outside of this room?
I mean, it's probably 60, 70 feet tall. This kind of this cavern that you're in right now, although it does appear to narrow a bit as it heads to the north through stalagmite infested kind of corridor. You do see dull, kind of dirtied crystals growing that give it a very faint light kind of cast, which makes the shadows seem exceptionally long and almost plays tricks on your eyes.
Just checking, because if the caravan starts coming in here, I'm going to have them just hold off until we make sure the place is safe.
Azam's looking over where you're like gathered up on the mushrooms, but he's kind of giving you guys a wide berth and waiting for you to signal to move the caravan forward. There was a decent landing, and then you had to kind of come through a little ways to get to this point.
Gotcha.
So they're all kind of heading back. They do look a little worried though, and are looking around at the environment that they found themselves in. I don't think any of them would have envisioned finding their way through this pass in an underground passageway. But again, with your combat prowess and show of force the night before, there's a little bit of a trust and, better off with you than against you.
Yeah.
Smack Vesmir on the chest and say, "The box is all yours."
So, as you throw the box... I'm sorry, who's looking at the box?
Vesmir.
Vesmir, as you throw the lid back of the chest, you find remnants of some dwarven clothing. Pants, shirts, things of that nature. You find a small silver picture frame that has a female dwarf as well as a small child in it, like hand drawn. It looks to be, for the most part, just personal effects. There is a small pouch that is containing some gold coins. They're old gold coins, and of a marking and visage depicted on them of a dwarf that you don't recognize.
Would I roughly be able to work out how old they are?
Roll me a history check.
12.
If you had to guess, you'd say they're probably between 80 and 150 years old. The style of printing and pressing definitely seems older.
Do we have a gold?
Compared to the coinage that you've experienced, especially with the caravan and traveling and exchanging different coinage through the different lands that you've been with.
No worries. Is there a value to these coins?
There's 26 gold pieces.
Well, it seems that we've made a small purse here, my friends, and he distributes 5 gold to each person.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's very good, thank you. I've noticed there's a second bed. There are 2 beds.
There is.
And there's just a body in one of them.
There's a body in one. The other one looks undisturbed.
Like dusty undisturbed or like clean undisturbed?
As in, it's covered in dust and so
okay.
forth and stuff, but it doesn't look like there's any, it hasn't been used.
Right.
The bed is made.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, I don't see much point in hanging around since it seems to be quite dead here, so I suggest we move on.
Seems so.
Okay. And this would be a great opportunity for everybody to take a 5-minute break real quick, stretch the legs, go to the bathroom, grab a drink refill, and then we will continue our journey tonight.
You don't pay my sub.
Anyway, so we have explored the little apartment ruins, and you've done your investigations looking about and have decided to proceed.
I call a party over to where I am, if everyone's here.
Yes, what can we do for you?
All right. Listen, Listen carefully.
Yes.
You hear that?
I did. What the hell is that, Vincent?
Okay. You guys go ahead, and we're going to have the caravan come through this place. If something pops out and starts attacking the caravan, and you hear me call that, come running back to help.
Sure, you're going to stay here, Vincent. You're not going to come with us.
You got it?
Yes.
I would suggest that the caravan stays within less than 100 feet, maybe 50 to 60.
No, I know.
Just so
I know. But if you guys go ahead and they're coming through this cavern and something pops out we missed, I want to make sure you guys come back and help. That's all.
fair enough.
So that way when the party goes scouting, I'll stay in this room and let the caravan pass, and then I'll catch up with the party after.
Okay, so you're going to let the rest of the party move forward down the cave, and then the caravan will pass, and then you'll pick up the rear?
Yeah, once the caravan passes this cavern, if nothing happens to them, I'll race ahead and catch up with the party.
Okay, I understand now. Alright, so is there anything else anybody's doing before we enter the cave?
Yes, unfortunately. Before I step to the cave, I'm looking around, just kind of surveying the area, and I notice this gravestone.
Indeed you do.
And I'd like to... Well, can I read it, I suppose?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Druidic, and Sylvan.
None of the markings are familiar to you.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of shake my head and go, just, come for us all, and move down into the cave.
Well, the caravan moves into this larger cavern, Azam kind of leading up and stuff, and kind of gets to the cave entrance here. Nothing jumps out, nothing attacks. Everything looks and sounds quite still.
I'll do a final check to make sure there's no holes or whatever where enemies could have come through before I catch up with the party.
The walls look quite clearly excavated. There doesn't look to be any nooks or crannies where anything could be hiding in the darkness here.
All right, I catch up.
I guess I'll take point and try to be stealthy as I'm trying to get ahead of the party and keep an eye on things.
Okay.
Do I need to roll? Do you want me to roll a stealth check or just?
Yes, I do need you to roll a stealth check.
Stealth check. 22.
Of course you did.
I can make it worse.
He can make it worse.
And a quick mechanical question: are these stones giving off light, or is this a fairly dark tunnel?
It is a fairly dark tunnel. I would say that it would be like starlit. There's a little bit of light, enough to kind of almost pick your path, but it is steeped with shadows and everything. Unlike the energized quartz that is radiating a bright glow, these stones are very dull and not emanating light on that level. Okay. Continue. You just continue forward. So roll me a perception, Karl.
$17.
So as you continue to kind of move forward, inspecting things as just trying to keep your eyes peeled, As you step forward, your foot sinks into something that's kind of sticky as you pick it up. You see kind of tendrils of it. Best way I could describe it is like there's a thin, almost transparent coating of filaments that run across the floor, climb the walls.
Can I make a check trying to figure out a little more about what it is?
Give me a nature check.
Nature, damn it! I was hoping for survival, but that's fine. We'll do a nature.
Jumping all over the skill tree tonight.
11.
It looks... It's sticky. It has a... There's an aroma to it as you disturb it. It kind of fills your nostrils. Like a pungent, almost like petroleum quality. But you don't know its origin. You can't really remember seeing anything like this before.
All right, I'll take a little bit and come back to the party. I guess back Tyee, because I think he's next back from me. Show him like.
Sorry to interject. I had my mic muted before. Do we have a marching order down this passageway?
All I know is Karl is up front, and I'm assuming that you're positioning your characters where you're marching.
Cool.
I'll come back to the guys and say, something's up ahead. Is this looking familiar to anybody?
As what do you have there?
Hold up the sticky strands of stuff.
Can I do a nature check or investigate it?
Yes, you can with advantage, since you're kind of the party's kind of looking and giving their 2 cents.
Investigation or nature?
It'll be a nature check.
Ooh, 18 and 19 natural, 23.
It is a variation of webbing. And the smell that you smell that's kind of emanating from it is, you don't know exactly the chemical makeup, you're not an alchemist, but it gives that kind of aromatic, like, flammability, like, smell.
I relay this back to the party and I warn the caravan behind us. And I go on further to say, there might be some inhabitants in this passage that we should all be wary of, and just watch your step and keep an eye on the walls, yes?
Well,
Yes, indeed.
You
At the
said
men-
you're good.
At the mention of a spider, I want to kind of look up and survey the whole cavern to see if there's any type of webbing or anything else around the cavern that would indicate a lair or a trail or a trap or.
I mean, an investigation.
Okay. $15.
Yeah, there definitely appears to be a, there's enough of it on the ground that you would get the indication that this is some type of layer.
That this is the lair. Okay, that's helpful.
It's a layer of some type.
Look at Vesmir and say, "You said this might be flammable. Should we try to light it?"
I mean, this might hinder our path forward, but I mean, it could be a fun little experiment.
What do you guys think?
Well, I think that it's good to keep in mind, but if we light this path ablaze, then it just delays the whole march. We must march.
Fair
Well,
enough.
place some on the rock here, and I grab out my tinderbox and see how easily it lights.
Extremely easy. You hear kind of like a hiss as it, and a very light blue flame kind of covers it before it kind of then just shrinks up into almost nothingness and just burns away.
So it burns
almost
really
like
quickly?
a very thin layer of ash. Yes, it does.
Well, it seems that this burns quite hot and quite quickly. We could very well try and burn it all away, maybe uncovering the hidden elements.
I'm more thinking it's better to burn it now than get the caravan on top of it and somebody else burns it.
Just potentially.
I
Potentially.
I also agree with this sentiment. And Vesmir pulls out a torch and lights the torch up.
Torch burns brightly in this cave, filling it with light.
Do we
See
see?
kind of a slick kind of tendrils of filament covering the floor, arching up into the walls to the ceiling. Kind of almost covers most of the rocky surfaces, and looks to be getting thicker as you head deeper into the cave.
Well, it is now or never. Shall we take a vote? Is there anybody who opposes this idea? Well then, he just throws the torch forward into the nearest black substance.
You see it like just this blue ring race out from the impact of the torch. You see it kind of crawling. If you ever had like I don't know if you've ever lit like the fuzzies off a sock type thing, where it just like kind of crawls across it and kind of covers the floor. You see the filaments kind of evaporate and almost like turn to a very fine layer of ash on the floor. It climbs the walls, and you kind of see it kind of just slowly moving down the cave in front of you. Yeah, it's cleared it from your path in front of you.
That was exciting.
I'll nod and take back point and keep on going.
Okay.
Do you need me to re-roll a stealth at all? I intend to definitely be stealthy, being the front
No,
guy.
I'd just roll with your initial.
I'm falling behind and just looking for any kind of reaction from anything around from what just happened.
Okay. Is this where everybody's like marching orders currently at? I know Karl's ahead, but where's everybody else like actually at?
I was going to say, Talgar, do you mind taking point in front of me? I don't feel quite as sturdy as you are.
No problem.
So this is our marching order.
Vinny, are you just hanging out in the back there? Or?
Yeah, I'm kind of lagging a little behind the party and in front of the caravan.
Okay, well, based on your most recent statement, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Vinny?
Vinny.
Oh, my perception is only going to be about 19.
Okay. As the party kind of continues wandering forward, both you and Tyee catch movement out of the corner of your eye as dark shapes kind of that blended in almost perfectly with the stone begin to put into motion, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Mine! Vesmir, you rolled a 4? That's pathetic. I rolled a 5. Gosh dang it.
A 5 total?
5 total. Yeah.
Wow.
16.
Vinny, what did you roll?
21.
21. Vesmir.
4.
4. Talgar.
16.
16. Tyee.
5.
5. And Karl.
13.
13. Fantastic. Figure out how to use the damn Talespire program. There we go. And oh, Vinny and Tyee, you see motion like emerge from the roof of the cave wall. And you see these kind of like arachnid, pale, almost the same color as the stone, camouflaged perfectly, begin to move into motion, like converging on the party, looking quite menacing and angry.
So who's A and who's B?
Oh, Spider Giant A and Spider Giant B. Okay, they're labeled.
To arms, my friends. We are under attack. Spiders from the roof.
Vinny, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Well, as a bonus action, I don't know if I can do this as a bonus action, but I'll call out to the party, kind of as I said before, and then I will take my the crossbow that I looted, and I will try to shoot giant spider number B.
Okay, let loose your bolt of fury.
Oh, that's going to be a 23.
It's definitely gonna hit.
And
you
my
sink it into its abdomen.
10 points of damage because I'm going to use Fury of the Small.
10 points of damage it is, sir.
And that ends my turn.
All right, Talgar, you hear him or whatever noise you made, and then just let loose with a bolt, almost shooting into the stone wall. Your eyes focusing in the dim glare, but with the torchlight that was lit and thrown onto the floor, you can see this monstrous shape beginning to move. What would you like to do?
Oh man.
I would like to take Panic for 500, Alex.
Oh shit. Oh god, there's not much I can do right now. I'm gonna stand here and hold my ground and take up the dodge. See what comes at me.
So you are dodging. Karl, you're one with the shadows as you hear the warning call from Vinny at the tail end of the party here. What would you like to do as you spin around and see these monstrous shapes beginning to move towards your compatriots?
All right, we're going to draw a bead on Spider Bee, and first with our bonus action, reach our hand out and focus our what little arcane abilities I have, and put a hunter's mark on Spider Bee.
Okay, you'll have to remember that one.
I will remember. Yep, I'll remember that. And then we're going to do our dread ambusher shenanigans. So it's first attack with advantage against Spider Bee.
Of course.
Of course.
You know, whatever I calculate encounters for, I'm just going to remember, oh yeah, and then add another one.
That's what you brought us.
Shit, that was lame. I don't think those either hit.
Well,
13 is the best.
Gods are on my favor today, and neither one of those is going to strike.
I think that doesn't. Then that actually will not trigger my Dread Ambusher stuff. I'm fairly certain. I think I have to hit.
Oh
No.
no!
Or no.
I thought Dread Ambush just gives you another attack.
You don't have to hit.
You don't have to hit. If you take an attack, action is the key. So, okay. So that was one. Now we're going to do it again and this is the Dread Ambusher one. Okay, we got that one. That's a 22.
That definitely will hit.
Let's see if we get a crit. We don't get a crit. All right, so 22 hits. We're going to hit for... So 1 second. We got... Whoa, that's loud. I got to turn it down.
Yep.
There we go. Okay.
Good choice.
Good.
Just the volume.
Yeah.
The first song was like really quiet for some reason.
All right, so the damage roll was a 4, but I have a whole bunch of adds to add. So we got Hunter's Mark, which is a 1d6, and we got a 1d8, I believe, for the Dread Ambusher. Double checking. It is a 1d8. So I think it was a 6. Okay, so 10 damage total.
A or B.
B. So also, I have the optional. This is something This is going to be the first time I'm using this. So it's an optional favorite enemy rules, which doesn't look like it counts as an action or a bonus action. But I only get so many per long rest, and for any time I hit a thing, I can declare that my favorite enemy. I believe.
What are you declaring it as?
The spider. I'm just saying, like,
No,
so I get the spider.
That's interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that.
foe.
Like, how would you be able to favor foe something you don't know about?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to do it this way. We could do the
No,
old
you're
style
fine. You're
favorite
fine. Keep it mechanic wise. Like we're fine. I'm just curious from a I like D&D perspective.
Yeah, so I'm gonna paste the text there. I don't think I get the 1d4 on this shot, but maybe the next one.
Yeah, I think yeah, because you're at the end of this. You've hit, you've done damage. Now that activates, so that's now a favorite enemy moving forward.
No, because it takes concentration. I'm already using that on Hunter's Mark, so never mind entirely.
So you're not so just 10 damage straight to Spider
10 damage straight, and then I am going to probably move. We're going to move over here for now, and then I'm done.
Okay. Spider A is going to unleash a. You see this like, its abdomen kind of curl up, and a sticky filament is flung at you, Mr. Vesmir. I need you to make a. Hold on. Let me see. A DC. Oh, hold on. No, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. Let me read this. So it extends this filament. It lays across the ground behind you, but it does come in contact with you. And sticks to you.
Yep.
Trying to understand how this ability works. I'm reading it and it doesn't make sense.
Does it say saving throw of any type?
Okay, no, okay, never mind. So it is now thrown this sticky filament across you and behind you onto the ground. That is A's action. B will throw that sticky filament towards Vinny, who's making weird noises.
Yeah!
And it comes in contact with you and stretches out a little bit behind you as well. That's their action. It sticks to both of you, adhering to your skin and armor and clothing. Tyee, you're up. Vesmir, you're on deck.
Okay.
Whoops.
I'm gonna kind of say to the party, you know, just because we're underground doesn't mean the power of the stars doesn't apply. And my robes are gonna light up, and I'm gonna start with tossing a. Excuse me, my robes light up, and that's the archer form. And I'm going to start by tossing a guiding bolt at Spider B.
Okay.
That's a 10.
That does not hit.
Wide left.
Wide left.
Just a bit outside. I'm going to follow up with the archer form.
Okay.
18.
The fact that you can do both of these really wants me to play this like Star Druid. 18 will hit.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's fucking broken.
It takes your wild form though, so you're not doing that. You know, it turns into.
No, I get it, but it still feels like you're casting 2 spells, and that just is awesome.
The damage doesn't increase though.
No, I get it.
It's the same. Yeah. Okay, so it's 11 points of radiant damage.
11 points of radiant damage into Spider B.
Spider B, please.
Spider B's looking a little rough already.
And I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna close the gap between Vinny and I. I'm just gonna kind of move away. About there.
So as you cross Vesmir, you are attached to the sticky filament that's stretching out across the ground to him and behind.
Damn my situational awareness.
Yeah.
Okay, so where should I be? Like, oh, you stuck my guy. Okay.
I didn't stick anything. That just happened.
Oh, there we go. How about like right there-ish? Like I'm stuck there?
Yeah, basically it's a straight line from Spider A across Vinny. I'm sorry, across Vesmir. Like for like a decent.
Spider A. Like right there then. Okay.
Well, if you were running towards Vinny, you would have gotten stuck like right here.
Oh, I see. Okay, it keeps on going past him. All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm stuck then.
Okay, Vesmir, you're up, and the sticky filament is attached to you.
Yeah, am I restrained, grappled?
Not yet. No, I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I take that back. You are grappled. A creature adhered to the filament is grappled.
Looking around for a loose piece of shale, I wave my hand at it and I direct it up towards Spider Giant B. It needs to do a dexterity saving throw of 14.
Dexterity saving throw of 14. It rolls a 9. It rolls actually a 19 plus 1 is a 20.
Oof, no good. So I'm grappled, yeah? I can't move. Okay, that concludes my turn.
Vinny, you are up. You are currently grappled as well.
I'm gonna go ahead and bite my finger, draw a little bit of blood, and then I'm gonna point at both Spider A and Spider B and say, Dishonor. Dishonor to you, dishonor to your family, dishonor to your cow, and I cast Bane. They have to make a charisma saving throw of 12.
Alright, Spider A rolls a 7. Holy crap. The Spider B rolls a 5. They have both failed their save. They are affected by Bane.
Which means all attack rolls they make and saving throws, you must also roll a d4 and subtract that from the total attempt.
Yep, I'm tracking.
Ah.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Talgar, you're up from your defensive posture.
Alright, well, since I still can't reach these bitches, I'm going to, hold on. That's what it's called. I'm gonna throw my javelin, or a javelin, at B.
Okay. Okay, 4 fucking Spider B.
Unnatural 20?
A natural 20?
No, unnatural,
Oh.
sorry.
A dirty,
dirty
20.
20.
Yeah.
That hits.
It's gonna be 8 damage.
8 points of damage.
That is gonna be it.
Okay. Karl, you're up.
Alrighty. Since Spider B looks so not great, I guess we're going to go ahead and there we are. We're going to step out up to here so we can see them better. Draw on Spider B and let fly.
Okay.
Should be ready for this. Bam! Bam! 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay, that's going to do, excuse me, 5 plus Hunter's Mark, which is 1d6. Bam!
9 points of damage.
8 plus 4. 12.
12 points of damage. All right.
Oh.
It's still up.
And that's it.
Holy crap.
Okay. Vesmir, I need you to make a saving strength throw.
10.
You have failed. Vinny, I need you to make a saving strength throw.
Saving. Oh. Like a goblin is strong. 5.
Yeah, well, you have failed as well. You get reeled, just ripped off your feet. Tyee, you're no longer grappled. And pulled to the spiders. Just like ripped off your feet and hurtling towards these creatures.
Whee!
At which they will then make a claw attack at you. Vesmir, 12.
Just hits.
Minus D4.
Oh, I gotta roll a d4.
Yep, they're baned.
That's not good.
Which means it won't hit because it's just so that's a 10.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, you dirty bitch! All right, Vinny. It rolls a 12 as fucking well.
Definitely doesn't
and
hit.
then my d4 it would have been just for shits and giggles. Would have been -4, so it's
Wow.
an 8. Okay, well you're still like attached and suspended, like in front of the spider that it's got like pinching claws that are coming down on you. Tyee, you are no longer grappled. You've been freed from it, and the filament is no longer in front of you. It's been reeled up. It is your move.
Okay.
Vesmir, you're on deck.
All right, I'm gonna start with another guiding bolt at Spider B.
Okay.
That'll be a 25. Does a 25 hit?
25 definitely hits.
All right. And that'll be 15 radiant damage.
Bolt of searing white radiant energy streaks out and smacks into Cave Fisher B as it is impacted by it. Vinny, you want the good news or the bad news?
Give me the bad news.
Bad news is you are plummeting towards the ground in this cave of darkness.
Whee!
I used
Good news
my
is it's not trying to
reaction-
attack you anymore.
I used my reaction to cast Featherfall on Vinny.
Well, do it to yourself.
No.
Well,
No shit. Okay. Well,
can
Vinny,
you do
as
that
you're
for
plummeting,
reaction?
Is it a reaction? I think so.
It's
No, it is a
only-
reaction. It is a reaction.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes.
So right before you hit the ground, it catches and you're kind of like floating, and then you just drift ever so softly
This is so much fun.
to the ground, unharmed. Anything else, Tyee?
Yes, I'm gonna turn around and to Spider A, I will deliver a archery bolt.
Of course you will. All right.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does not hit. It goes wide. And hits the
Okay.
cave behind you. Or
Gotcha.
behind it.
He can it. Gets a wing better.
Alright, Vesmir, unless Tyee, you have any movement or anything you want to do?
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Alright, Vesmir, you're up. Vinny,
will
you're on deck.
bonus action
Okay.
teleport away with Misty Step,
You are.
and then
Oh, well, but you know what? You're teleporting. Interesting. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, that sounds
So, yeah, I mean, that sounds right. Okay.
Oh.
The spider,
um,
just screams this primal, bestial scream and anger that echoes through the cave. Its prey, its food, getting away.
I will run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. And I will cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
That spider, and it's a natural 1.
It misses.
That concludes my turn.
Alright, Vinny, you are up, having plummeted softly to the ground.
Oh, that was so much
Talgar,
fun.
you're on deck.
I'll take my crossbow and just kind of shoot at the other one. Bolt to the head. 19.
19 hits.
And that's just gonna be, wow, 4 damage. 4 piercing damage.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna use my movement to stand up. And that's it.
Featherfall, I believe you land on your feet.
Oh.
Yes.
And standing up is only half of your movement.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just,
Okay.
I'm enjoying
And
the moment.
Alright, in that case, Talgar, you're up. Karl, you're on deck.
Alright, I'm going to launch another javelin at A.
Okay.
And that's an 11.
That is going to miss as the javelin clatters against the cave wall and falls to the ground.
Dang. Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, Karl, you're up.
Yep. We're bonus action moving our hunter's mark over to A and shooting him in the face with advantage because we can do that.
Alright.
So that's.
Gonna hit.
But do we get a crit? We do not get a crit. All right. So one of these plus a d6. Sorry, what I roll? I rolled.
14.
Yes, 14 damage.
14. What kind of damage?
Piercing.
Alright. 14 piercing damage. It raises up, seeing its mate destroyed. It's enraged at this point, and it will throw another filament, this time at Tyee. You are currently grappled, Mr. Tyee. Okay, Fisher B is dead. Tyee, you are up.
Wow, that was really fast. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to start by. I'm going to send another guiding bolt at number A.
Alright.
And it'll be a 23.
23 hits. Jesus Christ, you guys are rolling hot.
Incoming damage here. 13 radiant damage.
13 radiant damage it is.
And I will, of course, follow up with the archery bolt.
It's looking pretty bloodied.
14, so it's going to miss.
Alright, that is a miss.
Just slinging them. And I'm grappled, which means I just can't move, right?
Not without trying to break free.
With an action.
And yeah, I don't think I have any of those actions necessary
Yeah,
left to do that.
Use it to do all your attacks.
No problem.
Vesmir, you're up.
Grapple.
Vinny, you're on deck.
I fling another Ray of Frost.
Okay.
And 19 to hit.
19 hits.
4 damage.
4 damage it is.
And that is my turn.
Vinny, you're up. Talgar, you're on deck.
Am I next to the dead spider?
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I gotta walk that back a little bit. That guiding bolt gives advantage.
Well, I hit anyway, so
No, I
you
mean
hit-
for me,
You hit B with advantage.
I hit I hit A with my guiding bolt just now.
yes, he did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah. So are you cool with that?
Wait, well, no, you hit it with guiding bolt. The next attack will have advantage.
Right. So the starry form is a ranged spell attack.
So then roll it one more time.
Alright.
To see if you actually hit and do that damage.
It's a 15, so it's gonna miss. Gosh damn
It's
it.
gonna miss. Okay.
Gosh damn it. Okay.
All right. Revert
job.
back to yeah. Okay.
Flashback.
Vinny, what are you doing? You're next to the dead spider that's on the ground.
Yeah, I grab some of the limbs of the spider and I go, "Ew, I'm a dangerous spider. I'm gonna eat you." And I cast vicious mockery on the one that's still up. He has to make a wisdom saving throw roll of 12.
He rolls an 8.
Okay, so not only does he have a D4 on his next attack, but he also has disadvantage on the next attack, and he takes 1d4 psychic damage, which is just a 1. 1 psychic damage.
Okay. Takes his 1 damage in stride. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. He's like really disadvantaged next attack, so.
Talgar, you're up. Karl, you're on deck.
Alright, I'm gonna try my luck at throwing another freaking javelin into this fucker.
Damn
Oh, it's
spiders
almost a
are
17.
sneaky.
That's 8. It's gonna
And
Whiff.
it does not hit. Okay. Karl, you're up unless you had something else, Talgar.
no, that's it.
All right, Karl, you're up.
Well, since we got the spider still here, we're going to do it again. So taking aim at the spider and shooting them with advantage. Come on, crit. No. All right. Pretty sure that's going to hit, but
That
we're going
is-
to do.
Gonna hit.
Come on, crit. Come on. Nope. Okay. All right. So then we got a 1d8 plus a 1d6. So we got a 5 plus 6, 11 damage to hit. Piercing.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Tyee, I need a strength saving throw, please.
Aha. That's what I'm best at. As you know.
Them strong druids.
That's
Strong
13.
druid. Meets beats, sir.
Wait, I'm sorry. It's a 12 actually. It's the -1.
Oh.
It's a 12.
That is unfortunate.
Womp womp.
You get wrenched to within melee range from it, and
Ah!
it will make a claw attack against you and rolls a natural fucking 1.
Wow. What happens to it?
Nothing.
Man,
Doesn't hit you.
I really
Tyee?
demoralized it, didn't I?
it looks silly.
Oh, you know what? There's no point even rolling a second time because it can't get any lower than 1.
Well, it can because you have to
Tyee?
roll a d4 to subtract it.
Well, yeah, but nothing else really. I mean, it's not gonna really worse than that. Tyee, you are suspended by this sticky filament. You are face to face with the spider suspended off the ground, and it is your turn. Vesmir, you're on deck.
Okay. I am going to use produce flame. I'm gonna use it as an attack.
Okay.
It's a 26. Is a 26 hit?
26 does hit.
And it'll be 8 fire damage.
So, need information. As you light this filament on it, it burns away.
Uh-oh.
It also engulfs the spider, who is leaking fluid from its mangled body after taking all the hits that you guys have done to it, and burst into flames. It is vulnerable to fire damage because of its flammable blood, and just is engulfed. It screams and flails about. The filament burns away, and you fall to the cave floor, which is 4 tiles. That's 20 feet. There's 5e falling damage.
It's 2d6. It's 1d6 per 10 feet.
Okay, so 2d6. I will roll that for you.
Oh, okay.
7 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the ground. Kathunk!
Oh.
The spider falls alongside of you, writhing in pain, curling into a small ball, and just becoming a charred mass of 8 legs and mandibles. And we are out of combat. The spider threat has been destroyed. You dealt 16 damage with that produced flame, by the way.
Oh, did it double? Nice.
It doubles because he's vulnerable to flame.
Yeah. You know what? We should have known that when we let that shit on fire. It's pretty clear that it lit on fire pretty handily.
Don't you get like
Vesmir.
a Druid craft thing after you engage an enemy or something for the first time?
Me?
I thought all Druids got something like that.
Oh, think so. No.
It's a chosen cantrip. They got to choose whether they have Druid craft or not.
Okay.
There's a Druidcraft cantrip, but doesn't sound at all like what he's described.
Yeah, it just makes flowers and stuff.
Kind of does, yeah. It's like Druid prestidigitation.
There is a skill somewhere, and I just need to probably look it up after the session, but there's a skill somewhere that after you face an enemy or something, you have a chance to roll to learn factoids about it. I thought. I may be wrong in imagining things. But anyway, you've destroyed the spider menace and threat. After burning out the rest of the filaments on the ground, the path looks clear moving forward.
Are there any cocoons of previous victims around?
There are not.
Aw.
You do find some dried carcasses of rats and other denizens of the cave here.
Yeah, I might collect junk, but I ain't collecting that. So, no. Moving on.
I'll check
Mitch,
the rest
how
of
do
the
you
party.
feel about the spit hand thing?
What?
Thing?
Your spitty hands, could you help me?
Who?
You need some healing spit.
Oh, all right. Lick my hand and heal and spit. And cure wounds for 5.
Oh, is it cure wounds? I thought you were using like bardic inspiration or something like that. Sorry.
Cure wounds is burning spell slots.
We're in a spell slot. I'm sorry. I could have done that my damn self.
I got it. It's all right. You got my spit on you. You're healed for 5. It's cool.
Thanks, jeez.
All right. So, for narration's sake, you lead the party through the rest of this long cave. It is a considerable distance. As you continue to navigate, you are not under threat of any other Denzians. You're keeping a close eye out for anything. Nothing else jumps out at you as you exit, or you begin to ascend to exit the cave on the eastern side of the Great Peak Mountains. The caravan
You guys hear that?
intact. I'm sorry, what?
Did you guys hear that sound?
What sound?
It sounds like chicka, 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 chicka. Woo, woo.
Fuck you, sir.
Wow.
Gosh dang it.
Here, let me do this.
Vinny looks at Azam and goes, ta-da!
Before we go, I'd like to spend a little time trying to recover some of my javelins that I whiffed.
Yeah, you're able to easily find them.
What did you just go to?
I'm just give me a second.
Alright, I thought you said I missed it.
No, I'm trying to remember which one it is. Oh. Simple enough.
We are at the LBGQ Bazaar. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we are on Forest Path 1.
Forest Trail 1?
Forest Trail 1.
Okay.
That one too.
That's what he said.
That's what I said.
That is true too. That is also a correct answer.
Ooh.
Oh wow, nice map.
Not that. Having pushed through the dark caves, passing through the Grey Peak challenges and the caverns and the canyons, you have emerged on the Sword Coast side of the Grey Peak Mountains, intact. The caravan not losing a single soul, pack mule, or anything else.
Yay.
You have succeeded in your charge of bringing the caravan to the Sword Coast. Congratulations. Azam is overwhelmed and excited to be out of the desert, across the mountains, destination in sight. As on the far side of the forest here from this vantage point, you can see a small hamlet next to a bending river that looks to have some sort of trade on it and kind of nestled in the coast. A temperate climate at that. And this is where we will begin next week as we start session 0 of the High Five group. We're free to change the name of the group.
Session 0 or session 1?
We will be on session 0 next
Okay.
week, which will lead directly into session 1.
We've been on -1.
Yeah, I mean, we've done all the session 1 stuff, but I still have to figure out how to get you from here to where we need to go, and I want to put a little bit more thought into that.
That's fair.
Figure out how to scope it out. So, but we have emerged from the other side of the Grey Peak Mountains intact.
Yay!
Congratulations, party.